Okay, everybody, we are about ready to start the Ambassador Cruise Line's presentation. So if I can welcome Ollie onto the stage, please. There you go. Round of applause for Ollie.
Thank you.
There you go.
Just
that one.
that one, yeah.
Yep. All right, I'll leave you in the capable hands of Ollie, everyone. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well this Sunday morning. So I'm going to tell you all about Ambassador. So hopefully my presentation will come up. He says, there we go. Okay, so we're the first British cruise line to launch since 2010. So we we're based out of London Tilbury, but this year we've got a second lady joining our fleet, which I'll show you in a bit more. I've got a video basically, which I'm just going to show you briefly. Hold on. Yeah, so basically, with regards to Ambassador Cruise Line, we're a smaller, more traditional cruise line. So our fleet is basically from about 1,200 passengers. So we're more traditional British cruise line, you know, sort of that home from home experience. And I'll show you our video in 1 second. So that's Ambassador Cruise Line. Has anybody actually sailed with Ambassador? Well, my fan club at the front. Yeah, so we launched last year, as crazy as that sounds, during the pandemic, and we've got a second ship on the way, which should be doing more regional departures, which we're extremely proud of, because the first time when we launched, we said we wanted to do a few more regional departures. As you saw, Ambition is currently getting refitted, so she will join us in May, and we're really looking forward to it. So, who is our audience? Basically, with our audience, so we're a mid-ship fleet, basically. So, our target market really is the over 50s market, and we're aiming for like that premium value. So, if you've sailed with, say, the likes of P&O on a smaller fleet, basically, that's the sort of brands that we're looking for. We are aiming for that premium market. We also do some multi-gen voyages as well. If you want to take the grandkids away, you know, we have some sailings where we've got 2 sailings throughout the year, which children fares are as low as £99. So we're more classic voyages because we're smaller. We're smaller voyages, basically smaller ships. We're all about the destinations, really, because a lot of our ships are smaller, so they can get into places like the fjords, say, for example, where that's really our key focus is offering you onboard entertainment and that premium value, you know, food and entertainment on board. But really, we're focusing on, you know, visiting the destinations that we go to. So, as I said to you, we have got some more regional departures on the way. So, our flagship Ambience, she is based out of London Tilbury. So the flagship is always going to be based out of our home port of London Tilbury, which is in Essex. That's where I'm from, so it's only a couple of hours really from here. Ambition. So Ambition will be doing all of the regional departures, including London Tilbury. So she will start in Newcastle, where we've got a gala launch in May. And then she makes her way to Dundee, Belfast, Liverpool, Bristol, and Falmouth. So, because she's smaller, she's 1,200, she will be doing the regional departures, so they are selling out really quickly. So if you was interested in one of them, do come and see us. We've got brochure, and we can tell you a bit more and check availability for you. So I'm going to show you a bit more about on board, basically. So the ambassador experience. So this is our core values and what we believe in. You saw it on the video, but what I would say is what I prefer for myself, the key ones that I would really focus on is peace of mind and the sustainability and ethical. So the peace of mind seal for us is we're ABTA bonded, and also our accounts are a trust account, so all the deposits and balances that are paid into ourselves are independently managed by a trust account, so your money is fully protected. And also we have joined ABTA recently, so that is, ABTA obviously is quite common. A lot of people like to see ABTA and believe in it, obviously, so your money is protected when making a booking. And the sustainability and ethical, we have started to partner with people like Orca, for example. All of our ships are Tier 3 compliant. So Tier 3 compliant for us is ahead of schedule. In 2025, a lot of the cruise lines have to be Tier 3 compliant. The reason why we've done that early is because, quite simply, you have to be Tier 3 compliant to go into World Heritage sites, for example, like the fjords. And we are trying to cut back on all of our emissions, you know, trying to help the planet as much as a lot of people are doing nowadays. We are reducing our carbon footprint, so everything's all digital for ourselves. When you do it online, all your boarding passes, etc., are all on our website. And basically, we're just trying to reduce everything paper waste where we can on board. And we have joined in partnership with the likes of Orca. So Orca is a partnership that we're quite proud of as well, especially when we're visiting places like Iceland and Greenland, for example, and the fjords. We will have an Orca specialist that will come on board and basically talk to guests about whales and the environment and how we can all sort of help the world really just a bit. So this is our fleet. So here's our first lady at sea, so Ambience. So she is our flagship. So she's 1,400 passengers. She is an ex-P&O ship. We brought her in and refitted her, so she's 30 years old. But we've upgraded all the rooms and brought her up to our standards that we want to have on board for all of our guests. And Ambition. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of images of Ambition. This is what she is going to look like. She's in dry dock at the moment. Actually, she's up in Scotland at the moment because we've housed Ukrainian refugees. So she is leaving in April in Scotland to go get her refit. She is brand new, pretty much. She was a ex-German ship, so she had a lot of refits before she joins us. So she could sail now if we wanted to, but we've got to do our little ambassador, we've got to refit it on board basically. But she's going to be doing all the regional departures, and we're really looking forward to seeing her when she has a gala launch at Newcastle in May. So these are images on board. So if you go down to the bottom, this is Centre Court. So that is on Ambience. So Centre Court is like our main hub. As you can see, it's very spacious, and because we have a good guest to staff ratio, she could be fully booked and you wouldn't notice it because there's a lot of, it's not a massive cruise line. There's a lot of spaces around that you could sort of make your own home from home. And on the right is basically the main observatory. It's quite a nice lounge because it's at the front of Ambience and it goes all the way around 360, and also that's where they have all the night entertainment, late night, because it's at the top of the ship and away from all the cabins. And then in the top left is one of my favourites. That's the cocktail lounge that we have on board, and also I'll show you some of the other lounges as well. So this is, on the right is Raffles, so it's a nice, bright room, really, really nice, and that's where we have a couple of our signature cocktails on board. They also do a lot of gin stuff on board as well. I don't like gin, but it's a very good drink that I tasted on board, even though I don't like gin. So this is one of our show lounge and showcases our entertainment, as you saw on the video. We've partnered with Peel Entertainment. So Peel Entertainment is an entertainment company that is in the UK. They do a lot of the entertainment for a lot of the cruise lines, Marella, for example, and I think they do Costa as well. There's quite a few cruise lines that they work with. So we have, they have entertainment that comes on board, guest acts, and they even had recently a show which is called Dance, Dance, Dance. If you like Strictly Come Dancing, it's presented by Anton de Beck. It's one of the best shows I've seen, because obviously Anton de Beck's got fantastic charisma. It's a really, really good show that they do, but they're always changing what they do on board for us. So dining. So on the right-hand side is the Buckingham restaurant on Ambience, and on the left side is our Borough Market. So with the main restaurant on the right side in Buckingham, what we do is a traditional two-tier style of dining, so just early and late sitting, so 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, but also on the left-hand side is Borough Market. So with Borough Market, we don't like the word buffet. It's not a buffet. It's called Borough Market for a reason. We call it Borough Market because there's all different dishes. So there's like a fish and chips counter. There's a roast counter, for example, and a pizzeria. So there's all different little dishes that you can sample. So that's why we've called it Borough Market. But there's a lot of choices that you can choose from, basically. We do offer our speciality dining as well. So with regards to the speciality dining, so saffron is our Indian dish on board. So personally for me, for the price, I was on the fjords voyage with my family. And because the staff on board, they are from regions of India, are executive chefs, so they can really do some really good Asian dishes, which you would not sample in the UK because they do a lot of regional dishes. So I'm not saying this because I work for the company, but for the set price, the meal that I got in Saffron was probably the best Indian I've ever had. And I even took my nephews, who are 8 and 11, and they love a curry, and they said exactly the same thing, bless them. Sea and Grass is a little bit more, it's a bit more intimate. So it's like steaks, really. So it's a variety of meats and obviously sea. So they will have prawns, etc. Sea and Grass is something that you can do on board as well as a premium experience. The chef's table is different. Chef table is like a culinary experience. So it's more of a dining experience. So you will dine with about 12 other guests, and the chef will explain the dishes and what's all involved with it. So that's why it's slightly more expensive. So cabins. So that's one of our suites. So they're very spacious rooms. Ambience has got more suites and balconies on board because she's larger, and Ambition does also have suites as well. Ambition will have also single suites if anybody wanted to go in a single suite. Because of the ages, what I would say, because of the ages of the ship, the cabins are very spacious. Because it's a smaller fleet, the cabins nowadays is trying to maximise all balconies, for example. So if you booked a standard inside, you're going to have the same size as a standard outside. The only difference is obviously with the suites, they're larger, but they are very spacious rooms for the modern age of cruising. This is our current offers, so I thought I'd put this in there as well. So we launched this pre-Christmas. So the key thing at the moment is a lot of the sailings have got up to 30% off, and we do also, if you did the Ambassador Fare, you get the discount as well. The Ambassador Fare, which I'll show you in a minute, includes all the drinks and your gratuities. If you chose not to do that, we do obviously have a lower package, which is just our standard package. Where we'll be doing, basically we're covering half the cost of the drinks on selected sailings. There is also onboard credit on Ocean Views or better. So depending on the grade you book, obviously you get a higher amount of onboard credit, and depends on the duration as well. And that's due to run until the end of January. Obviously, if you wanted to check any availability, by means have a word with the girls and they can check availability on the selected sailing for you. And that's due to run until January. And obviously, if you do the world cruise, we have got a world cruise in next year. I keep on saying this year. I'm losing track of my dates. So the Grand World Voyage is our first voyage that we'll be doing around the world on our flagship, which we're extremely excited about. So that will debut next year in 2024. So we've got some really good lead-in prices for twin rooms if you wanted to go on an inside guarantee for the world cruise, and we also have onboard credit as well, depending on the type of cabin you book. We also have got world sectors of the world cruise, so you could do, we don't have flights because we're ex-UK, but we have sections where you could do it, where you could fly out to Australia, for example, and do a sector of the world cruise. As I said to you before, we've got a couple of multi-gen voyages. The multi-gen voyages, we have the children price start as little as £99, because there's a heavy reduction for kids. The first one is on the 5th of August. I did that last year with my family and my nephews, and I've been to the fjords 7 times, and we was blessed with the weather. It was absolutely fantastic, and I think there was a bit of heat wave in the UK as well, so everybody enjoyed it when we were even setting off. And also British Isles, which is hugely popular with us, that's a little bit longer, so that's 14 nights in duration. So obviously the kids' prices do go up slightly on that one, but still really good value for money. British Isles is really popular. I think the reason why we've done that is because we have a lot of grandparents that want to take their grandchildren away, so that's why we do it in the school holidays. We only have 2 voyages with the multi-gen voyages. Apart from that, we are adult only, so 18 and above. And solos, so solo cabins, we have got a variety of solo cabins. I would say if you're looking at solos, you're best to probably look at Ambience, because she has more variety of cabins. Ambition does have a selection of solo cabins, but because she's regional departures, they are selling out quickly, and we can check availability for you if you wanted to look at any single cabins. Group, so that's my forte because I work in the groups department. So if anybody deals with groups here, you do get additional savings if you have 15 or more passengers, or you work for like a U3A, for example, or have a social group. By all means, come speak to us because we've got really good offers for groups, but that's obviously 15 or more passengers. And this is the moments, ambassador moments. So ambassador moments. So basically, we've got 4 tiers. It's quite self-explanatory up there. So basically, you've got the standard. When you do a booking with us, you've got saver fare, which is just the standard savings, depending on what the fare is, and then you have what we call ambassador package. So the ambassador fare includes the top package, which is the expedition package. So that basically, I can't say all inclusive because it's not, but basically it includes pretty much everything. So you have your premium wines and specialty teas and coffees, which are chargeable at the bars, and your gratuities as well. Or you could do a lower tier package if you wanted to, which is just the Explorers package. The Explorers package is house brands. But to be honest, the house brands are really good. The house wine I sampled, and a lot of them are speciality people that we've brought in. So the house brands are very good at the moment. And also, if you book the Saver fare, you can do the Explorers package, and then at the moment, if it's booked in January, we're paying a contribution towards it, depending on the voyage. Or you have just your bog standard ambassador experience package. So the gratuities are payable on board. The experience package will basically just cover your gratuities and service charge and soft drinks, basically. So it's if you want your gratuities done in advance, and then you have soft drinks included, and then you don't have to worry about it. If it's within budget and you've got the savings, I would say do the ambassador fare, because all you've got to worry about then is excursions if you wanted to do the excursions. But apart from that, everything's all paid in advance, really. And that's it, basically, because